Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. I am Amanda Cromholt from Truth Loyalty and the Blind Loyalty Trust. We interview world leaders in loyalty blindly. The challenge is about creating loyalty insight spontaneously and about a lot of fun. Simultaneously, it is about raising the awareness of the Blind Loyalty Trust, and 100% of the proceeds from my book, Blind Loyalty 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified, go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Today's Blind Loyalty Challenge, we're staying firmly in South Africa. So I'm inviting Nokwanda Khumalo. She's the General Manager for Mobility and Convenience at BP Southern Africa. I've had the absolute honor of working with Nokwanda and her team, and we're really excited to have her on the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Hi, Nokwanda.
Hello, Amanda. I'm very nervous to be here today because I'm wondering what are you going to ask me?
Yeah, well, that's the secret, right? You don't know. Actually, it's part of your introduction to make you feel even more fabulous than you already are. Is you're also one of our new judges on the South African Loyalty Awards, which we're really, really excited about. So we know you've got a
I am
ton of
super
experience.
excited about that.
You've got a ton of experience, so you can share that with everyone today on the Blind Loyalty Challenge. So straight into it. Your
Okay.
first question is asked by Dave Canty, who heads up Built Rewards in the US. And his
Okay.
question is, why do you feel like your company even needs a loyalty program?
Sure. I think my company needs a loyalty program because I work in an environment where we're serving millions of individuals every single day across our forecourts, our 500 forecourts. And not having the ability to know those customers a little bit more intimately means that we're flying blind. So we need a loyalty program to be able to obviously not just give rewards, but for also to see and hear our own blind spots, to understand the friction that customers maybe go through on the forecourts, to get a real live sense through the data of how they're experiencing our service. So that also gives us lots of feedback loops to improve ourselves. So it's a little bit of a mirror to ourselves, but obviously we then get the gateway of an opportunity to either reward them, incentivize them, and try to drive behavior in a different way that obviously makes sense for them, but also for the business. Yeah.
I love that. Otherwise, you'd be flying blindly. I love that.
Be
I don't know if
flying
that was
blind.
an intentional pun on the
Excuse the
word
pun.
blind. Exactly. I'm definitely going to pick that keyword up. Okay, your second question is something that you and I have spent time talking about many times, and it's something I feel very passionately about. So, question two is from chapter 40 in Blind Loyalty, and the
Yes.
chapter title is Loved by Your People. So, how
Mm.
important is staff buy-in to the success of a loyalty program?
It is the cornerstone of the success
Yeah.
of any program. If you can't win the hearts of your people, it becomes very difficult to execute the vision that you have. And when I say the hearts of your people, it's literally everybody in the value chain. It's from all the office staff, we work in air-conditioned buildings in sort of pretty nice environments, right down to the people who
Yeah.
are on the front line. And in my context, it's a forecourt. It can be
Yeah.
raining, it can be sunshine. You need to be able to resonate and help those people understand why we're doing what we're doing. And when they get it, and they start to see the improvements in their own operations, that's when the program starts winning. So it's not a nice to have. It's not a thing that you only do when you launch. It's something that you need to consistently and intentionally drive. And that's really what I try to do with my team, and what myself and my management team try to do all the time, is to be intentional, particularly with everybody across the value chain. And for us, loyalty has then become, and I say this so often, it's the cornerstone of our retail business, because that's our gateway of how we are engaging and talking to our customers.
And I'm passionate about how the experience I've certainly had, and I hear time and time again about your staff on the forecourt. Like, I've never
Yes.
driven into a BP, and I ask them every time because I just love the conversation. And they love BP rewards. They don't just,
Yes.
so when I say loved by your people, you've cracked that one with flying colors. Honestly, it's super.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for that. And the journey is intentional and the journey needs to be every day.
Amazing. Amazing. My last question, gamification, chapter 64 in Blind Loyalty book says, is gamification child's play or a serious strategy? So my question to you is, what is either your own personal experience in gamification of how it's changed behavior in any programs you participate in, or it may be a strategy you've implemented? Have you seen gamification really change behavior?
I have in just my own personal experience with some of the programs I interact with as a consumer. Gamification, at the end of the day, yes, we can be adults, but there's a child in all of us. And sometimes when you're able to break down a concept in simple terms, it lands a lot easier. It's not just for children, it even works
Mhm.
for us as adults. So gamification is super important. And as we are evolving our program at BP, we are learning this. So some of the new things you'll see start to come out are going to have elements of this. And why it becomes even more important, particularly in my sector, and if I talk about the value chain or the stakeholders that I touch, and I'll go back to the front line because that's where my passion is. I really believe in the front line and their service because it's such diverse people from such diverse backgrounds, different languages. Gamification helps you to cut through that and be able to land your message and even if you can just teach them one or two things at a time, it needs to be sort
Yeah.
of bite-sized learning. Gamification can be powerful, and obviously from a consumer point of view, gamification becomes important because sometimes you're trying to either get to the next level or the next tier in the program
Yeah.
that you are interacting with. And when brands and companies use gamification, it can be a fun way of engaging with the brand and getting to know more about the brand, but also getting what you want as a customer, which is the rewards or the value. So gamification becomes such a powerful strategic tool. It's beyond a game. It really is beyond a game, especially when you can really resonate with the user and teach them something and shift their behavior. So I see its value in my sector. And as a consumer who uses it with other brands, I see the value that they are getting from me with the information I'm giving them. But I'm also doing it because I'm trying to get to the next level and trying to get more out of their program. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Nokwanda maybe 2 or 3 years ago sitting around many a boardroom where you mentioned the word gamification and all the old suited
Yes.
board members roll their eyes like, what the heck are you saying? Don't use that stupid word around here. And yet at the end of the day, it's just engagement. And I love what you said, like there's a
Yeah.
child in all of us. And that's something I talk about a lot. You know, life is serious enough. We don't want our loyalty programs to be serious. There's got to be a bit of fun as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A little bit of fun goes a long way. And I suppose the whole cliche of surprise and delight, I know it can sound so overdone, but those small gestures and those small things, they sort of add up in terms of building that trust and the relationship with your customer over time.
Yeah, totally, totally. See, no reason to be nervous. No nerves needed. You flew through three quick, simple questions,
Thank you.
as I knew you would. Can you think of a really hard question for someone else?
A really hard question for the next person. I would ask them with the evolution of AI and all the different AI tools that are now starting to come onto the market, how are they incorporating AI in the evolution of their loyalty programs?
Stunning. Beautiful. Thank you. Good, 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 good. And someone else who I can interview on Blind Loyalty Challenge.
Hmm. I'm gonna pick somebody who is not in my sector at all. I let me jump into the banking space. And I know it'll be cheating a little bit because these are our partners. I'm going to challenge you to speak to the marketing team at Nedbank. There's quite a couple of names I can think from, but the team leads from the Greenbacks team. I would challenge them as your next guests.
Let's take them all on.
Because I think they've done some exciting things with their program. It's definitely
Yeah.
evolved from when it first launched. And I'd like them to answer the question on AI. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and reserve that for them. Okay, lovely. Nokwanda, thank you, thank you. It's always an absolute pleasure to chat to you, and thank you for doing the Blind Loyalty Challenge.
Thank you so much, Amanda. Thanks for having me. I really, really appreciate it, even though I was so nervous.
You see, jumping out of the comfort zone on a Tuesday morning.